filters are used for, to know more like about your data. Your data gives you like overview, but it gives you further information. So I just call it, for me, I call it maths and further maths. Normal information is just maths. Further maths drills further into everything you want to say. So just come in here and say, okay, everybody will attend. How many people have their laptops? How many people don't have laptops? Out of those that don't have laptops, the gender. Out of the like there are just various things. So filter gives you further in-depth further information or in-depth information about whatever it is that you are seeing. I,
and attributes of value still enter the that field.
both can enter.
So that filter is the source. Then you now come to the multiple there and now start digging deep, right?
Yeah, just use it as it. That's how it looks like on Excel. It looks different in every other tools, but this is how it looks like. Yeah. Any other question? Just on that.
The lady was talking about Excel.
Those are functions. Yes, we do.
It's under which one? Excel.
Excel.
Okay, you put it Excel.
Yes, let me charge it. I think it's dead. That's why. It's like on there. Every time that. If you are interested, someone is going to come and talk to you about it. I have zero clue, actually. Okay, so I know a lot of people we have questions. Where do I start from? How do I know where to begin from? So this next slide is going to provide that intel. So as data analysts, we turn numbers into stories. It is a beginner friendly. That's a beginner friendly entry point. At least if you are new into data analysis, there are rules for you. You really don't need coding at the foundation level. What we are using is Excel. We've not done anything coding since morning, right? I don't think I've done anything coding since morning, except showing you that GitHub. That's the only thing. Then strong salary potential and fast career growth. So if you're looking to, you can switch careers. Look at me, microbiology, switch to data. It does not, even if it does not matter where you're coming from, you can switch careers as fast as possible if you are determined though. And it's not even age. There's not also age. There's a woman that I taught last year. She's in her 50s. She's the best elderly woman I've ever seen. She calls me today. Oh, I did this. This is my project. I have it online. What do you think about it? She said that she is just picking her life up and she wants to do better. And she chose data analysis. She currently works for a company, a remote job, and I'm very happy for her. Okay, so it's lunchtime. The lunch is ready. Let's have our lunch. I'll be back and wrap it up. Thank you. Is that just move outside to your, just go outside to your left. The table has been set for you. Thank you very much. Let me go. It's like. No. So we used to buy it. My own is bought. I bought my own from Microsoft. I think you have to buy it. So you can go to Computer Village. They can give you the package for 5K. But me, I buy Microsoft. Yes. So I don't have it. I don't. So I think it's because you don't have Excel on your system. That's the problem. So let me display for. So we have break. I'll be back by 2 p.m. Once you eat. Yes, 30 minutes break.
And guess what? One of the mathematics
Okay, so we'll continue now. How was the lunch? Fantastic, thank you. Okay, so not to connected to. Okay. Okay, so like I said, many professionals switch careers into data analysis successfully. So you have no worry. You don't know how to use Excel today. Does not mean the next 2 months you are not a pro in Excel. They are very easy tools to learn if you dedicate time to it. So you don't know how to code today does not mean if you dedicate time to it, you will learn it. You'll be surprised that most of the people that are into tech today or into things like data analysis, that was not their first degree. If you conduct a survey, most of them, that was not their first degree. But you look at them today doing big things in tech. So I want to walk you through various rules, like to know well how to like look into the future. So if you're a graduate, like just a fresh graduate, or you are just done with data analysis course and all of that, the responsibilities that will be required from you and all of that. So that's like entry level. You are just fresh, no experience, nothing. Don't worry, this slide will be shared via your email. Yeah. So sure. So responsibility and description. So responsibility is data quality auditing. That's just you use AI, that's the use of AI, at least the basic use of AI. Just understand how to prompt engineering, like I said, how to ask AI the right questions, not just to ask it questions, but the right questions you can ask AI. It's not really important, but now that the world is switching gradually into AI, if you look at all the tools that we have nowadays, AI is there one way or another. So you have to understand how to use it. So data quality auditing, using AI-assisted tools to identify and fix inconsistencies or hallucinations in automated data pipeline. Ad hoc querying, writing basic to intermediate SQL queries to extract specific data sets for departmental requests. Like I said, the reason why SQL is coming is because it's the most required from data analysts. Standardized reporting, maintaining and updating existing team dashboards to ensure metrics are current. So that means we are always building dashboards. In your life, you can build like 1,000 dashboards and counting. Documentation, recording data definitions and maintaining the data dictionary to ensure team-wide. That's just like ensuring your data is consistent, the gathering process and everything is not truncated and all of that. So that's for graduates. You see, very easy work. Once you are done, this is the simple thing you'll be doing. So we have the junior data analyst, or however you want to call it. Now, the work is a bit more advanced. Firstly, performing deep dives into data sets to find hidden patterns or trends that aren't visible in standard reports, which answers your question. When you are working further, do you spot all these things and relate to the stakeholders? Yes. So it's something that a junior analyst should be able to do. Dashboard development. I don't expect that when you were a entry-level data analyst and now that you're a junior level data analyst, you are building the same dashboard. Your dashboard should actually be improving with time. Yeah. Process automation. Now, this is where Python comes in. You have to now start using Python to ensure that your process is automated. It's possible in Excel because Excel is like a front end tool. They've done everything at the back end. So the front end just inputs everything you need to do. But the thing is that Excel only has a certain data set that I can accommodate. Once your data set is already entering like 100,000, 1 million rows, Excel starts to lag. So when you find yourself in that situation, what do you now do? That's where all this operation, which is very important, you translate technical findings into plain English summaries for non-technical managers. I'm just lucky that my boss understands DA to an extent. My HR doesn't. And I used to present to her, and I have to ensure that whatever I'm presenting to her is not looking gibberish. She has to understand it in plain English. I don't have to talk too much. She just sits, oh, okay. So we have the next one. It's like mid-level. So advanced modeling. applying statistical models. So when you are going advanced, you'll now be needing more knowledge on statistics, probability, and all of that to predict future business outcomes or customer behavior. These are the predictive modeling. This is where the predictive modeling comes in. Now, pipeline management, working with tools like DBT or Snowflakes to transform raw data into structured analysis ready formats. That means before we can say a file is in now gathered, for it to get to the area where we are saying the file is in CSV. This all comes from advanced companies that are using all these big cloud warehouses. That's where it comes in. Designing and interpreting experiments for product features, marketing campaign to measure statistical significance. Data governance, ensuring all analysis, strict data privacy laws, and internal security protocols. Like I said, the example I gave, because companies, so the higher you can see that there are things that are expected for each level. But they expect that by the time you get to this one, before you can even understand how to interact with all these tools, you should understand Python. That's junior and all of that. Then there are OGA, that's senior data analyst or lead analytics strategist principal analyst. Strategic roadmap design, aligning data initiatives with long-term company goals and deciding which technologies the team should adopt. This is where you come in and say, oh, this cloud service that we're using, can we migrate to this type? How do you structure it to fall in place? And all of that. Cross-functional leadership, this time around, you'll be acting because you'll be communicating with, there's a data analyst, there's a data engineer, there's a data scientist. A senior data analyst is one of the people that interacts with them because all these softwares, he has a knowledge of them so that when they are speaking or when they are communicating, it doesn't look like they are saying gibberish. Oh, yes, I understand. And all of that. So this is deciding which technologies, acting as the bridge between the executive team and the technical data engineering teams. So that's the other teams that are in the data aspects. Mentorship and quality control. So most times, because you're a senior analyst, you now have juniors under you. Most seniors are not expected to do much work because you've used your experience. So what I'm meant to do is mentor and guide people under you. So reviewing their codes, they will have codes that they will give you and all of that. Reviewing their codes and analytical methods of junior or mid-level staff to ensure a high standard output. Creating enterprise-wide KPI framework that defines how the entire organization measures success. So that's just as well like a team lead. But before you get to the team lead, you will have done some certain things. That's why it looks like our team lead knows everything. We just give our team lead work. Oh, wow. How did you know that? Experience. So I want to show us a few things that we can do using SQL. We don't have it on our system. I don't know that's on my system. So I just wanted to just watch it I want to do. So this is SQL. Like I said, it is a query language. So there is data already in the cloud and I have to query it. So I think there's data here. Okay. There's data in this place. So there's a schema. I don't want to walk you through what it is. This is SQL. There are things that we set up in place that we used to. There's data there already. So I want to know the data that is inside this piston. I want to know what is inside it. I'm just going to write a simple code. And with this, I can see the exact table that is inside that particular record. Someone said sorry. Okay. With this, I can see the particular table that is inside the record. I can see that, okay, whenever I see piston or demographic sales data, this is what is inside. So you can see that this is another type of tool, and we are using another format to interact with it. Now, how does this thing work? Companies that have their information stored in cloud, they can use SQL to access it. You just click on this plus, then you connect to the company's database. They will give you password because it has to be private. This is the password there. You connect to the company's database, and from there, they expect you to start interacting with their data. So this one works strictly on stakeholders' objectives. This one, you cannot be spotting something between, because you don't know wherever the data is coming from. All you have to do is bring it out in tables. So this one is strictly stable. You have to tell you, get me information on so thing, and you bring it out, because you can't even see the data with your naked eyes, if not that you query it. It's only in Excel that you can still see some things, but this one is just stakeholders. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Okay. So now I can see everything that is under this demographic sales data. This piston is the schema, is the one that is housing the data, is housing this table. So that is exactly why I said piston.schema, that's schema.table. That's how we query in SQL. Now I can say that I'm seeing all the information, but what if I only want to see people that their location is Lagos? So I can just write, and what if my stakeholder said, give me information on people from Lagos? So I will say, from this same database, and I run it. So you can see that the only location that is giving me is Lagos. You can see that there's a different way we filter in another tool. It's not the same way we filter in Excel that we just click, drop, drag, drop. That's why I said Excel is like a back end. It's like a front end. This one is like back end. So you can see this one that I have to write certain queries for it. I can decide that I only want to see where location is Lagos and the gender is male. So you can see the two things. This gender is male and this is location. So depending on whatever the stakeholders want to see, that's the query you write. You can see that I'm querying the database and it's providing the information. Had they been, the information is not there, it will not bring out anything. So let's say I'm looking for Akure, and this one is by. So, and I run it. So once it's not, that means it's not available in the database. So if your boss says you should look for something, and in your quest of querying, something comes out like this, first confirm if you put the right query. And if it's the correct thing, definitely that thing is not available in the database. So this is just how we query simple informations in SQL. It's quite different from how we query in Excel. Once you are done, you can just save your work. Control S works, and you save it with anything you want to save it as an SQL file. So for those of us that like to do projects, you can save it, then you take it to your GitHub. So anybody that is on your GitHub will see the process you followed to achieve your results. If you want to visualize, you can visualize by taking it to Power BI. There's a way they connect SQL and Power BI together using a connector. So you take this database into Power BI and you visualize it, because Power BI is just for visualization. So any question? Everybody is quiet.
So how many somebody easily understand query language SQL?
They will,
Which should somebody give attention to SQL or Excel, advanced Excel?
okay. Because SQL is the most required skill, I would say you should give attention to Excel, but because I came from nothing. I don't know anything query. So I had to take myself gradually. And how did I do that? Excel is the simplest programming tool. So if you understand the basic things that Excel operates with, once you are very good with that, you can advance to SQL. And with using SQL, then you can now move to. So build on that knowledge. So my problem before was that I was even thinking that when I started Excel, it was very, what's this, what's this? Next thing, boom, SQL, next thing, boom. But I was like, God. So when I took my time to understand how the Excel operates. I understood that. Then from there, I built myself on SQL because if you notice, it's the same thing they operate on. Know your data type, know how to communicate in a computer's language, and you're fine. So if you're coming from nothing like me, start with the simplest one, which is Excel. They've made it easy. They've done all the code for you. All you have to do is just the typing or this thing and all of that. So that's that one. Then you can now build on the other programming tools because the more you build, you now start understanding why Excel was operating like that. So
Most what do they call it?
job vacancies.
Job vacancies. They are now focusing as a trend.
Mm-hmm.
They are not demanding people who have proficiency SQL.
Yes.
Because most companies are having to do with large data and storage.
We're undergoing that to MPC and Fusion. At the moment, we're already migrating everything we have into the cloud to start using it with SQL. So you have to be proficient enough. Information is in the cloud. We don't know how to bring our information out. Then what's the essence of it being in the cloud? So you have to be proficiency. When they say proficient, that means you should be able to run basic queries now. When you understand the hierarchy that the queries follow, when you understand how it operates, because SQL is a simple tool, it has an hierarchy it's following. It's not Python and it's not Excel, it's just there. It's a query language. So I want to show us another thing. I can decide that I want to check for maybe the total quantity sold. You should, but I don't. So I said, I said in the beginning of this class, I don't know how to use my system. I got it. Can you see it better now? Can you see it better? Is it better? Okay. It's too much. Oh, okay. So I want to know the total quantity sold. I can already see that there's a quantity column. That means how much quantity did they sell. So I will. So I want to show that there are also functions in this place. So the total quantity sold is 2,459. These are like informations that they can use to make decisions. Maybe in 2025, they sold 2,459. In 2020, they sold 7,000. They'll be wondering, what went wrong? How did we miss it? And all of that. So this is just how SQL operates. There is a database, there's a schema, and all of that, and you query your information out of it. You can decide also that you want to see the number of products that they sell. So select. The number of products that they sell. So this one basically works on query. You can see that it's because I know what I'm looking for. That's why I know the query to write for it. Sometimes in a schema, we can have, in a table, we can have, I think for example here, if you look at this, for example, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4 tables in a schema. That's when I was explaining that record keeping, that we can use all those unique ID to link all of them together to get our information. It works here too. So any question? Yes, I agree.
That's select distinct products.
Mhm.
I want to say select products.
So if you select products, it's going to give you all the products in the rows. So let me show you. Can you see? So distance just means count the product for me and give me just the value. So distance is just the product. So if I do, you can see how it's like he said them down here, it's going to say 500 rows. Sorry. Down here is going to say 500 rows returned. But if I put this distance and I run it, you can see it's saying 7 rows returned. That's the distance products that are there. For that select product, it's going to give you all the products in each row. But this distance, you are trying to count individual products. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So that's the difference between it and so distance is a function. So sum is a function. Count is a function. Average is a function. Minimum is a function here. Maximum is a function here. But it's just that it's different tools that we're operating. It won't look like the way it looks like in Excel. So that's just it. Any other question? Is this? All of them actually have this similar points, but just understanding how they look like that is different. So, no questions on that. Okay, let's move on. So SQL is just asking the database questions. Think of this as having a conversation with your data. So obviously there's always going to be a stakeholder's objectives because nobody say you can't plot graph, you can't do anything. It's just for that's his work, just for query. And that's what is expected from an analyst because how do you gain insights? By querying your database. Oof. So the next is data analysis industry opportunities. So we have different sectors. We have the fintech and payments. For 2026 currently, Moneypoint, Flutterwave, Paystack, Kuda, Interswitch. These are the companies that massively require analysts. What are their core focus area? Fraud detection. Since I've been using all these Moneypoint, OPay, I don't even mention Papi, but Moneypoint, OPay, since I've been using it, I don't think people have really complained about my money hang, unlike our former tradition. And I think since these fintech companies have come, they've pushed all these banking companies to upgrade themselves. Because it's been long that I opened my GT Bank app and it was having issues. Now it's very good. And I'm like, I think it's because all these fintech companies they have come to there was time they were saying that they will chop our money and go. They have come to stay. Place you go to. All of them are using Moneypoint. In fact, I saw how much Moneypoint generated last year. They made about 4 trillion and they were able to loan out about $1 trillion. I'm not sure if it's dollars or naira. Okay, it's naira. It's naira. So that's Moneypoint. For payments, is Flutter. Kuda too is. Another one that I'm very sure of is OPay. OPay positions themselves as day-to-day business transaction. So if you want to quickly go out, you want to do something, let me send money to my OPay. So I will not hang, something like that. So since all these fintech have come, they've pushed all these traditional banks a little bit to the back, and which has now forced all these traditional banks to now upgrade. For example, Wema. I use Wema Bank, and they just opened one new feature on their app that you can use AI to send money. Hello, alert, please send money to this account. I'm serious, I've tested it works. I was surprised because I just saw that they just revamped their bank app, and next thing I'm seeing is that I have to record my voice and it sends money. So I sent money to my other account and it did it. I'm like, wow. So it has now forced them to operate themselves. They need to because they were very terrible. They know they were very and especially that time that there was no cash or something. They were the worst bank. Yes, when there was no cash, it was very terrible. So now if you look at all these banks, they are now doing better. They call them traditional finance because they are actually traditional finance banks. Access Bank, GT Bank, Zenith, UBA, Allied by Rema. Their core focus area is digital transformation. So what I want you guys to pick from this information is what type of data analyst do you want to be? They are different in each. There's HR, there's health, plenty. So that's why I'm giving you the core focus areas. What type of data analyst? Mine is business intelligence. So I will give you intelligence about your business. There are different niche. Look for the one that works for you. If I'm not a business intelligence analyst, I'll be an health analyst because of my first degree, microbiology. I know I'll be working more in the hospitals. So you don't expect someone that is working in the hospitals and someone that works for fintech to be thinking alike, because the tools some people work with is very, very different. And the way they operate is different. So the reason why I'm picking out all this for you is to try and check. Yeah, Barbara, when she gave testimony or a success story, she said she works in one of the big firm, consulting firm. So that's another niche. That's our niche. So you can pick any niche that there are plenty. In fact, it's numerous. That's why we are plenty. Data analysts with their own niche. Now you sabi the niche. Some people are oil and gas. That's their own niche. So that's why I'm picking out the core focus areas. Digital transformation for this, customer segmentation, and AI-powered risk modeling. The next is telecoms. MTN Nigeria, Airtel, and Globe. Recently, MTN has been moving mad. And I don't know what's their problem because they're the biggest. Something that happened to them, Access Bank, is coming for MTN, and I can't wait. Because they feel like they're the biggest now. But the same way them First Bank and all of that, they're feeling like they don't need to improve. Their services are poor till all these fintechs came. Same thing is happening to MTN, and I even want it to be soon because they are frustrating. Yeah, they are really, really frustrating. Sometimes you will just be wondering what is wrong. I can't even use my internet in peace again. Like, it is so frustrating. So you can decide that you want to be a telecom data analyst because the way they analyze their own records is quite different. Network optimization, subscription, good. I know I'm very sure there's something that happened on MTN. So there's one feature on MTN, you can share data. Before you can share 5 gig daily. Now I'm very sure it's because of a particular data analyst. They now realize that. So how many gigs should I now be sharing? Like maybe 20 gig. That's all. That's all till that subscription finish. It's not even for the day anymore. Before you can share another 5 gig the next day. But now if you share that 5 gig, that's all. So that is how they understand subscription behavior and big data management. E-commerce too. What are the routes that we have customers from the most? Now, the next thing is energy. Like, yes, that's what I said. Shell, Chevron, SPI service. That's another. These people, so they're already upgrading themselves to in some ways that is making sense. Because if you don't shift when the world is shifting, you'll be forgotten. For example, Nokia, Motorola, BlackBerry. You people, we all know those. And Nokia Asha. Nobody's using it again because I'm very sure that they didn't really work with data. Because if you kind of understand how the world is moving, you should have shared. Look at Samsung. Samsung has come to stay. In fact, I saw yesterday that they built another feature. You are beside me, you can't see my texts. Instead of buying data privacy screen, it has come with the new, I think S27 or something, 26. The 26 Ultra is out now. Abi? Is that S27 is the new one that is coming out, the one they are going to release. They have not launched it, but they have already said that that is the new feature that has been added. Can you see? And I'm very sure it's because they got that feedback from clients. All these upgrades you see on our phones today is from data. iOS moved from iOS 16 all of a sudden to 26 because people complained that I would like to be using an iOS 16 to 25. The upgraded it straight. So the next iOS that is coming out is going to be iOS 27. So that is what they call. People complain that there was time that when you start using iPhone, when you use iPhone and there's a call, it takes your whole screen. You won't be able to do any other thing again. All of a sudden, it now comes above here and you can decide to pick or not. You can see how people, if they don't improve, people will migrate out. app. And I'm sure that's also them BlackBerry, Nokia, Motorola, that people don't even use them anymore. Please unplug my phone. I've seen the message. BlackBerry. Good. Now, iPhone users used to complain of bad battery. All these new iPhones that are coming out now, they have better, charge faster, and stay longer batteries. Can you see how people are ensuring that they are using data? Because it's data, it's feedback. They have a way they gather the data, it's feedback. They're using better. Now, before, when your iPhone falls, the back, that my phone, the back cracks because it's glass back. Now, from 15 upward, it's now aluminum. No matter how many times your phone falls, the back will not crack. Can you see how the updates is happening? It's because of data. So data helps. So if you know you want your business to keep thriving, you need data. And if you want to chop money, data, because everybody is now moving into a digital world, no more paper. We are going to scrap that one very soon. So please, any question? Sorry, any question? Let me check it.
So how is it for somebody to migrate from one industry to another? If you want to translate.
Just understand how the industry operates. Most of the industries, once you know the tools, you know. It's just like, experience. If I've been in a training experience industry for long, I have a lot of experience. So if I want to migrate to another industry, I have to understand how the industry operates so I can provide solution for them. That's just it. You see, the most likely it's going to be the same tool, but it's just the way they operate, how you can, the insight you'll be giving a training firm, it's not the insight you'll be giving an oil firm. It's not the insight you'll be giving e-commerce or fintech. It varies. So just understand how the industries can transition. But it's best to have a niche. If you notice, all these content creators, they have niche. Some do crazy, stupid content. Some do lifestyle content. Some do food content, comedy. There's nobody that does everything. They will see you as unserious. So pick a niche. A niche you are going to be very good at. I know somebody that my boss mentioned, I was even shocked by the HIV analyst. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. HIV analyst. Yes, HIV analyst.
Very smart.
Yes. Yes, now. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So it's an HIV analyst. So on his own, exactly. So it's an HIV analyst. So yes, so exactly. So you think of the niche, but in all, it's still the same tools we use. But think of the niche, I know that once they ask for your expertise level, you are very good at it. I mean, my own is business intelligence. So international remote work opportunities, obviously, we know that if you meet tech people, a lot of them have remote jobs. They work for different companies in different parts of the world. By 2026, roughly 30 to 40% of global tech roles are hybrid or fully remote. For a Nigerian analyst, the key is targeting remote-first countries that value the GMT plus one time zones, e.g. UK and Europe. You are looking for a remote job, you are applying in the US. Okay? You will see. You will see. You are gonna see. That's what I will say. You are gonna see. Because of their president now, there's a lot of restrictions on the green, white, green flag or green and white flag. So the fact that they will even first see her from Nigeria, can't see them, but there are countries that accept Nigerians. UAE, UK, Europe, all those Schengen countries. You can actually look into that if you're looking for remote jobs. The key is, if there's one thing my friend used to say, he used to tell me that when chase values, money follows values. So you can't be chasing money. Improve yourself. Know that if that interview should come, you will nail it. And they will be like, they have no choice than to accept you. Then money will now come after. Don't say, I want to start earning $1 million. Calm down. Do you even want someone that they should even pay $1 million? If they are still using AI to check, yeah, okay. If you know what you are doing, money will follow you. That is the standard. Tech is the easiest to just know what you are doing. Tech is not age biased. That's why I like it. Because no matter your age, I've seen 17 years old people do, doing big things. 18. I've seen people that are not even up to their 30s that are doing great in tech. So just chase values. Money will follow you after. When they know that you are valuable, is that not why they will keep you? Is that not why they will dance to your tunes? Exactly. So global tech firms like Andela and Microsoft Nigeria are increasingly hiring for the distributed roles that allows you to work from Lagos for global teams. The middle market surge, like European startup companies, are aggressively hiring Nigerian talents to manage GPT pipelines and cloud data warehouses at lower overhead costs than their own people. Can you see? I don't know if it's a good thing, but because if any small thing will go wrong, convert them to naira, it's much. So they will they will come for us. That's the problem that some people in the UK have. You are making £2,500. You think you are doing better than somebody that is making 700K. By the time they remove tax, remove everything, I don't know how much will remain for your account. So that's the problem. That's one of the advantages. You'll be like, if I outsource someone in Nigeria, I won't have to pay that much, and the person will be offering me higher value. So a new remote niche is the data set creator. You are not just analyzing data, you are labeling, cleaning massive data specifically to train proprietary AI models for global firms. What this basically means is you have to look for a way to infuse AI into your work that helps you. I have a friend that's a software engineer. He told me that before he used to, it takes him like maybe 4 or 5 hours to write a code. But he found a way to infuse AI into his work, and it takes him 1 hour. I can use the remaining 4 hours to do something more reasonable, like building himself. So you have to find a way. There are courses you can take. We have them. You have to find a way to infuse AI into your work. I'm not saying AI should be doing your work for you, but because it is smart. AI, since AI came, there's one repository we used to use. Staff used to go there for documentation, coding people used to go there for documentation, all of that. But since AI came, that company has sparked up. The reason is simple. Everything on Stack Overflow, AI will give you in 1 second. But Stack Overflow, you should be going through documentation before you will get it. It's only when AI does not give you what you want that you now go back to Stack Overflow. So, and if AI does not give you, if OpenAI does not, ChatGPT does not give you, go to Gemini. If Gemini does not give you, go to another one. If that one does not, just skip my grace. You're going to find what you are looking for. Mm-hmm. No, I don't believe that. Sometimes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To do, that's just it. So, okay, so if you so specialized 2026 roles to watch. The generic data analyst title is split into these high demand specialties: analytics engineer, data ethics and governance specialists, carbon footprint data analysts, AI augmented analyst. That's where I'm coming. Because if you check all these job roles, you'll be seeing nowadays they'll be putting AI, at least know how to do prompts, basic prompt engineering. Not that you download all your work for you. No. Basic prompt engineering to be able to help your work move faster. So, drum roll. Every expert you admire won't struggle with this. Me that you're looking at today, I think that, wow, she knows a lot. I tell the number of times that I've closed my laptop and slept in anger only to wake up and realize that maybe it's one comma that I did not put in one place that is giving me headache. So everybody has once struggled with this. We're not born with the tool. We are learning it. Everybody that is a professional today started somewhere, but they did not just start and stop. They were progressing. Progress over perfection. You wrote one code yesterday, perfect. You wrote two today, perfect. You wrote one code yesterday, was not working. You went back to the one code and ensured it worked before you moved on to the next. That's fantastic. Not that you're just trying to, because I want to know all the tools, because I want to know all the tools. You just rush, chop it, and now have picked. That one will not land you good job. You have to be fully ready because it is competitive. I'm saying that data analysts are not plenty, but they're actually plenty. It's a competitive market, so you have to strive to be the best. When they see you, they should know that we have to accept you. I have a friend, is a bragging right, it's a very fantastic. He used to tell me that he doesn't apply for jobs, but when he applies for a job, that the best thing that the company will do for him, that once they see his CV and they call him for interview, he will get the job. That is that sure for him. Because by the time he starts telling them the things that he has done, not just not all those AI modeled things that I've done, no, proper things that he has done, that they will hire him. Showed how recruiters are reaching out to him. He's speaking, I don't want this one, I want this one. He started somewhere. He didn't get there by magic. Progress. Skills grow with repetition. Always practice. Because you know it today does not mean you know it forever if you don't practice. It has happened to me. For when I learned my data analysis and I was my part 4 when I was doing my project, so I just pushed it aside and let me bag my BSc and just move on. Ladies and gents, when I went back to this thing, it was looking like Gib. I was like, I know this thing now. I know it. I knew it, but I didn't practice it, so I forgot. And so since then, I've promised myself every day, I'm not even joking, every day I read. Even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm tired, I'm very stressed from work. I'm still going to get home, open my system. If I don't read on my phone, I'm going to read on my system. And it has really helped me. Skills grow with repetition. You are learning a high income skill. Be patient with yourself. Don't rush. That's why I said if you chop here, you'll be half baked. Some things that they will ask you, you'll be like, I remember the first time someone asked me what is VLOOKUP. I was very confused. Me now realizing that VLOOKUP is very easy, I'm ashamed on my behalf. Because that is exactly how it is. I wanted to just, let me just finish this because I was in school, I was doing schoolwork, and everything was just so much for me. But when I decided to now take my time to learn it intentionally, and I realized that all these things are not even hard. They're very simple. Me, I'm a microbiologist. Imagine me telling you that it's not hard. What we do in my department, we'll go and swab decks, swab someone's shoe, swab your ear, be looking for microorganisms that are not lost. We'll put them inside the incubator. We'll now be checking, oh, this one grew, this one did not grow. Throw it away, start again. That's what we used to do. We don't do anything that has to do with pressing our system. The first time in my life that I did a coding course was my part 2. What they asked us to do was very simple. Multiplication. I couldn't do it. I was just like, this thing is hard. How would they ask me to be doing programming? I'm a microbiologist. But some people were doing it. And we're the same microbiology. Now that I'm remembering that I can once complain about coding, I feel embarrassed because it was actually very, very simple. Those people did not just teach us. And it was normal for federal universities. So you are learning a high income skill. Be patient with yourself. Don't rush. You want to know everything in Excel today. Calm down. Some people have even been using that Excel for 10 years. They don't know everything. It's now you that want to know everything. Know the ones that matters. Like all those Power Query automation, things that matter. Know it's basic query. You build up on those knowledge. So with this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not convince you that data analysis is the right course for you. Thank you. I was in school. Oh, it's okay. I went to Obafemi Awolowo University. It's a very old school. So they don't use the 100 level 400 level. They use part 1, part 2. You can see that they are very old. You cannot blame them. Yes, you get it. They'll send it to your mails. The email that.
Take one to learn data analysis.
It depends on you. Learning never ends. Learning never ends. We can prepare you for jobs, land the role, learn on the job, move on again. But learning, I just told you, I still read every day, every blessed day. So I will hand over to my Ogaye. Where is it? Let me stop share first. And I've opened the file. Okay, this is. So they said this and this. I'll gladly give you. This is like this one. No, you don't mix it up. This one is for okay, this one is for me. Click down. I know. Okay. Okay. The screen should. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, they can see my screen now. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for choosing to be part of our foundation class today. So to round up the various sessions you've had, I'd like to take you through our professional diploma in data analysis and management. So our professional diploma in data analysis and management is a combination of a couple of our courses, which I'll share with you shortly. Who we are. Pearson and Fusion Business Academy is Nigeria's leading provider for practical business and professional training. We actually have over 200 programs across HR, operations, data, marketing, sales, IT, leadership, and so on. Now, over the last 16 years, we have trained over 12,000 students,
700 plus organizations, and we are trusted by over 600 L&D managers. We have 2,000 plus certified professionals, over 30 certified facilitators. We focus highly on hands-on real-world application projects, job experience, and career outcomes, empowering Nigerian professionals with world-class skills. Now, our program is a one-year intensive and in-depth program. You heard the facilitator when she said it's a continuous progress, right? So, of course, we expect that this one-day session is an awakening situation where you say, I want to do this for the rest of my life. And if you are willing to make that level of commitment, then we welcome you to our professional diploma in data analysis and management program, a one-year program. This program you can either have this program done physically or join our online session. Most of our programs are hybrid, so you get the option of either physical or online. Now, the next start for those who are ready to say, I think I want to do this, right? It starts in April, 7th of April. We're starting with our junior analyst program. Now, at the end of the program, the one-year program, what do you get? You get a certificate, a special diploma certificate, and 5 data analysis certificates in various fields. The first program is the data analysis using Excel and Power BI for junior analysts. It's a 5-day program, runs Monday to Friday for the weekday schedule. We also have a weekend class, which is 5 weekends. That's 5 Saturdays. Now, the second program is data analysis using Excel and Power BI and SQL introduction for senior analysts for 5 days. We do not advise that you jump into the senior analyst program if you do not have a proper background in data analysis. Then after the senior analyst program, you move into the Microsoft Power BI for 5 days as well. Data science using Python certification, 5 days, plus Microsoft Power BI for business intelligence, 5 days. Data analysis using SPSS, 5 days. And then we have hands-on 5 real-world projects plus practical job experience. What that means is for each course, there will be a project. And for each course, you'll be using real data sets. So you are going to be trying on real stuff. Yes, extremely practical. So for those of you that enjoyed one-day session, you would see her again if you sign up immediately. So industry standard tools you will master. Advanced Excel, which is literally the most common tool used by most organizations. Just imagine what you can do with Excel if you know how to use it. Then Power BI for visualization and business intelligence. That's what BI means. SQL, database querying, SPSS for statistical analysis, Python for data science and scripting. Then we move from foundational data handling to advanced analytics and business intelligence. Now, real results. 5 world projects and case studies, 1-year structured job experience pathways, capstone work to build your portfolio, expert-led sessions with interactive applications, focused training. So who is our program ideal for? First of all, beginners. Those who have 0 experience in the field, but want to break into the data space. And then we move to anyone in Lagos or nationwide preparing for flexible online format. Sorry. Junior/mid-level analysts seeking senior roles, professionals upskilling from data-driven decisions, then business owners, managers, or corporate teams in Nigeria. So why? Okay, hold on. So let's look at what the fees is for each of the program. So we'll start with data analysis, Excel and Power BI for junior analyst. So if you say, yes, I'm ready, or kickstart with the data analysis using Excel and Power BI for junior analysts. And our fees are broken down into 4 major categories. Now we have standard, standard plus, professional, and professional plus. They look very similar, but they're not the same. Now, standard means I'm interested in taking a virtual only class. All materials will be provided as PDF documents, as well as your certificate. And it will be at a cost of 150,000 naira only. Standard Plus says, I'm interested in taking the training, but I want a little bit more. So you get all your materials as PDF, and you get 3 months mentorship after your training and additional services. So additional service comes with CV and LinkedIn profile development, as well as exam application if necessary. But for this particular course, there will be no exam application to it. Now, let me just add something to this information I've shared. At the end of each course, you can request that your CV is updated and your LinkedIn profile is also updated, right? To say, okay, I've learned something in data. I think I want to test myself while I'm preparing for the next program. And I want my CV to be modified according to what I have learned, right? That's very possible if you go for the Standard Plus package. Now, if you say, I don't really trust myself with virtual learning and I want to do physical class, or I'm interested in mixing both together, both classroom and virtual, you can attend the physical class. It's called the professional package. All course materials will be given to you as print and PDF, meaning that you get both hard copy and soft copy. Certificates will be hard copy. Training manuals, template, cases will all be hard copy. You also get refreshment, tea break, and lunch. What you saw today was just sampling. You have no idea what's coming when you register for the course. And then you get souvenirs, you get notepads and pen, but this package does not come with any additional service. It just comes with, the ability to enjoy a hybrid training class or a physical training. But for Professional Plus, this is both hard copy material. You get to attend the class physically or hybrid, your choice. Manual cases and templates. We have print and PDF. You get 3 months mentorship immediately after your training is over. Of course, you get to enjoy a tea break and lunch, souvenirs, notepads, and all additional services come with this package. So it means you get your LinkedIn done, you get your CV done, as long as you are on the Professional Plus. Now look at all 4 of them. You can see that they have different pricing. So standard is 150, Standard Plus is 180, Professional for standard, 180,000 for Standard Plus, 230,000 for Professional, 260,000 for Professional Plus. All package remain the same. Then data science fee. Now we've stepped it up a bit. Standard is 240,000. Standard Plus is 290,000. Professional is 370,000. Professional Plus is 420. Please, all our fees are charged in naira, but if you want us in dollars, we are happy and willing to accept. Okay, so Microsoft Power BI, just in case you thought all the 200 and something thousand is naira, it's not dollar. Microsoft Power BI standard is 150,000, Standard Plus is 180,000. Professional is 230,000. Professional Plus is 260,000. Now we have come to the end of all the thousand. So what happens next? Let me be sure that my screen is still sharing. Okay, great. So why us in 2026, right? Why would you be choosing Piston and Fusion in 2026? There is something else that I have for you guys. It's a special package. Trying to see what that is. Because all these are our thousand. There has to be more to it. Nife, sorry. Okay, good afternoon, Ololade. Do you have a question? Okay. So while we're waiting to see what the combined fee is, does anyone have a question as regards to the fee information I've shared shortly? Look at this. Of my side. Look at this. You do? Okay, please go ahead. Come again. From virtual to physical. So we have a combination fee that allows you to attend some classes physically and some classes online. Okay. Okay. So, and then you had to, okay. Okay, so that's possible. So if you look at our professional, I've seen that now, it's here now. So if you look at our professional and professional plus packages, you see that it says classroom and virtual, not strictly classroom. So it means you get the opportunity to switch, right? But if you're on a standard or standard plus package, you cannot switch. It is strictly virtual, right? But then let's look at what our bundle pricing says. Now for bundle pricing, if you choose to go strictly virtual, you get to take all the courses, all 5 of them at 700,000 and save between 125,000 to 200,000 per course. So you'll be saving between 125K to 200,000 naira per course. If you choose to have, okay. So if you choose to say, I still want to take the virtual class, I don't have 700,000 naira to pay one off, but I want to, participate, you can do a 2 installment payment, meaning you can pay twice, and then you still save money, right? And then what you are paying in total is 750,000. Now for 2 installments, what we expect is that your first deposit will be 375,000, and then you'll be making a balance payment of another 375,000. Now, if you also say, I don't have money for 2 installments, I still want to enjoy virtual class, enjoy the discount, but I'm willing to pay 3 times. So we have what we call the flexible option, where you make your first deposit as 266,667 naira each for this course, but then you get to pay this particular amount of money 3 times. Okay. Okay, please, from your explanation, does it mean that each course is for 1 year? Okay. Hello, Doris. Good afternoon. What I was saying is the entire program can be done within the span of 1 year. Each course is not 1 year. Some of the courses, or shall I say, most of the courses are done within 5 days. But then after your 5 days training, you get projects that you're expected to work on and submit to your facilitator. Okay, Doris, I hope I was able to answer your question. Now, I'll start the explanation again because some people didn't get it with the bundle pricing. So the first format is virtual. I've said you can enjoy all 5 programs at a bundle fee of 700,000 for virtual only. And then you get to save 125,000 naira to 200,000 per course. This is a one-off payment. Simple. After this program is done, just walk up to any of our colleagues and just say, I have 700K, I need to pay now. This is yours. You have it. And you can start your program in April. But if you say, oh, I'm interested in this, I don't have 700,000 to pay at once, but I want to pay in 2 installments, you can enjoy what we call our modest premium and pay 375,000 naira twice. So your first installment will be 375,000, and then your second installment will be 375,000 naira. But then I'm interested in virtual. I want to take advantage, but I do not have 750,000 or 375,000 to pay at an installment. You can start with 266,667 naira, meaning that you can make your deposit today. Then after your first training, you spread your payments, but you will complete your payment. Complete your payment before your entire program ends. You can also choose to enjoy the hybrid training, which is the question that Mr. Ozo asked earlier, where you make a one-off payment of 850,000 and you will be saving 200 to 300,000 naira per course. So if you remember when I was saying professional fee, right? Professional fee and all the thousands and thousands that were coming with it, you get to enjoy that by paying 850,000 at once. Now, if you say, I don't have 850,000 to make at once, but I want to enjoy your hybrid training. I want to have some courses coming as physical and then some courses coming as virtual. You can do a 2 installment by making 450,000 naira deposit first, and then have the second payment 450,000, and the total fee you'll be paying is 900,000 naira. If you also say, I don't have 450K to pay first, but I want to start my training immediately, you can start with 316,667 naira and make this payment 3 times. The total money you pay together will be 950,000 naira. But then I want to go for the big one. I don't do well with virtual class. I don't want to mix and match. I want to attend all my class physically. I want to enjoy your food. I want to ensure that all that menu, I enjoy it to the last. I want to utilize one day's time. I want to harass her in class. I want to see her face to face. We also have another facilitator, San Miguel. I want to interact with him as well. That's fine. We got you covered. The one-off payment for our full in-person class is 1 million naira, and you get to save 150,000 to 300,000 naira on this package. So if you say, I'm ready, gladly, we'll roll out the accounts to you, pay your 1 million, you start your training, and that's it. But then you say, I'm interested in the in-person. I do not have 1 million naira to pay at once, but I want to take advantage of this program and still save money, right? You will be paying 525,000 naira as your first deposit. And as your training progresses, you can make your second deposit. And then if you move forward to say, I'm interested in your in-person, but I do not have 525K to pay at first, you can go for a 3 installment payment and start with 366,667 naira for each installment. So you pay that 3 times, and the total fee you'll be paying is 1.1 million naira. Now, if you now say, you know what, this your bundle package is nice, but I think I would like to take this one step at a time, you are very much welcome. So you can do what, you can take advantage of our individual fees, which I've shared with you. You can start with saying, oh, let me pay my 150K and attend the data analyst junior class first. Then put myself together and come and take another course. It's your choice. So we've created this option of pricing to make it very comfortable and also very convenient for you. Okay, we are more excited in you learning and then you sharing your success story with us. There is nothing as beautiful as knowing that the next chief of technology is sitting right in this class. Or the next guy who is the biggest shot in Google started from this foundation class. It will be our proudest moment and it will give us so much joy. So we look forward to you taking advantage of all the various offerings that we have with all our various pricing options. And we look forward to you most especially in class. And of course, getting your success story at the end. Thank you very much. Yes, do you guys have any questions as regards to what I've presented so far? So I'll be very glad to respond. Okay, so I have one in the chat bot. Okay, thank you very much, Doris. Any person in class? Is this all this my $1,000 and make this room very cold? It now feels very cold. It was supposed to feel very warm. I sent the invoice. You're my customer. Thank you very much. Sorry? Scroll down again. Okay.
Sit down or up.
Which one do you want to see? The individual price or the bundle? The bundle.
After the 1 year program, the courses now.
Oh, the courses. Oh, okay. Let me move this way. Okay. These are the courses.
This is for the
Professional Diploma Program. Please also note that each course comes with a certificate. Each course comes with a certificate. So if you say I'm doing this one after the other, you get your certificate. But if you take advantage of the diploma program, at the end of the diploma, you get another certificate with Pearson and Fusion saying we are very sure of this person and their capacity to be able to deliver on the job when it comes to analyzing data and, of course, data management.
They're not together.
So I said that each course comes with its own certificate, right? But then if you're able to complete all our programs, you get another certificate, which is called the Professional Diploma Certificate. Yes, apart from the size 5 certificate.
You finish the whole courses.
Yes,
You now get diplomas.
correct. Absolutely correct.
yeah, so practical job experience.
Okay, so for each course, there's a project. These projects are real projects. They are not assumed projects. They are projects to help test your skills and capacity on the job, and also to help us see how far you've learned and how much you can do. That's why it's called practical job experience.
So it's, what I mean is it's,
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Please go ahead with your question.
ongoing projects or project that's already
So we have projects that are already designed for each of these courses. Yes, and so once you are done with your training, we introduce you to this project and you kickstart. So if you are on the plus package, come again, monetize projects. No, I see where you're going to there. Yes, thank you. It's not a monetized project. It is God's in spirit, and I like it.
What I mean is they are paid internships, right?
No, this is not a paid internship. It's not a paid internship. So this is us taking out more time to ensure that you have, you know what you're doing, and then you have the platform to be able to, yes, do better on the job with the skill sets that you have learned. So this is not one of those trainings where we teach you and we leave you, right? We teach you and then you have a project to work with. If you take our plus packages, right, you automatically get mentorship.
3 months.
3 months mentorship. So as you are working, you have scheduled sessions with your mentors. Okay, where you ask questions, where they see, okay, what are you working on right now? What issues are you facing based on what you've learned? This is how to solve it better. This is how to do it better. And, we keep guiding you and guiding you and guiding you, right? So after hearing all the fees, how do we get started with this program? First thing first is to log on to my favorite websites. Okay, thank you. www.pistonandfusion.org. Okay, good afternoon, please. For the virtual class, how do we do the project, especially for people in university? Okay, so our programs are hybrid. So at the end of the training, the project will be shared with everyone, both those physically in class and those online. And once the project is shared, the facilitator will state project dates. So it's not a forever project. This project has a start date and an end date. That's in fact, when you go to project, when you do project management, that's the first thing they would start with. Every project has a start date and an end date. So this project has an end date and also specific periods where you're expected to submit certain phases of your project so that they can review and then get back to you. Right, thank you, Israel. So how do we enroll for this program? Now, once you go on our website, you'll see enroll now. You're expected to click enroll now. And then if you are registering as an individual, this is for you. If you are registering as an organization, just click on corporate and then it switches to corporate. But for individuals registering, you put in your first name, your last name, your email address, phone number, amount paid for those that have paid for the program, payment dates, costs, delivery of, that's a mode of delivery, which if you see either classroom or virtual, so you pick your preference, your preferred training deliverable or training perk, which is either standard plus, professional plus, the batch you're going for, your start date, and then if you have any comment. Now, you page when you have made payment for this program. But then if you still feel like, I haven't answered all your questions, or maybe, you haven't really thought of most of the things that we've said today, and then some questions pop up to say, I have this program and how well, I fit into this program. Or if you're in that space where you say, I enjoyed this session, but I'm still trying to decide if this is for me or this is not for me, right? We have career and business advisors. We have career coaches that you can speak to. You speak to them for free. Enjoy this session. They would be in the best position to advise you on what to do, how to do, and when to do it, right? They can even go as far as creating a career journey map for you for free. You don't have to pay for that. So, so I'll show you how to contact a career and business advisor. Oh no, so that's Yemi Thomas. Don't worry. That one is your regular chat guy, but that's not who you want to be contacting. That's not your career and business advisor. But you can chat with Yemi, and Yemi will provide you some information, but Yemi will still book you with the career and business advisors. But then how do I get to those guys? Interesting people. So click on data management. Let's pick the first course that we have here that says learn more. Then scroll down to the end of the page. Yeah, just before we get there, this is a sample of what your certificate will look like for each of the courses when you take it. You get to contact your career coaches when you reserve a slot. If you want direct contact to them, just reserve a slot. How do we reserve a slot? Put your full name, your email, your phone number, your preferred start date, select your plan, submit it, and it goes directly to your career and business advisors, and they'll give you a call to say, I got your information, so how can I serve you better? This is how you reserve or book an appointment with a career coach. And of course, I've also showed you how you can register for those people that want to make payments now. All right. Any other question? For those online, any question? Those in class, any question? Or you're reserving your questions for your career coaches. Anyways, they'll be happy to respond to you. Yeah, thinking about it. All right. In the absence of none, thank you guys for your time. I know. I know where that handshake is coming from. Okay, so those online, thank you so much for participating in today's event. Here at Piston and Fusion, we do not take your time for granted. We appreciate every single one of you, as well as those in class. Thank you for spending this day with us. We look forward to seeing you all very soon. Have an amazing day. Thank you, guys.
Recording stopped.